Hello everyone and welcome back to a Let's Play of One Night 3 Full Circle. It's been a few days since we played this game, but we're gonna get right back into it. Where we last left off, we had just gotten into the university, where all of this craziness started. We also got a clock key, and that was kind of about it. As a quick note, I unfortunately have some idea of what's coming up. I actually played through all the way to the end, and then my recording decided to crap out on me. I don't remember a whole lot of it, but that's the case. There's this door that I missed. Oh, hello. Excuse me, sir? Are you okay? Well, that is the question, isn't it? Now that you're here, I think we'll all be okay very soon. Who are you? Have you been here this whole time? Ever since the accident? I haven't felt the need to go anywhere else. This university is my home, after all. I'm John Faraday. I was the dean here. John Faraday, yet again, the name from the detective in the second game. The experiment was supposed to usher in a golden age for us, yet... The experiment? Do you know what's happened here? Of course. I'm the one who planned it out from the very beginning. If that man hadn't turned up when he did, none of this would have happened. What man? You mean Colt? You of all people should know what I'm talking about. It astounds me that after all that you went through, you're on his side now. He really did a number on us, didn't he? You must be mistaking me for someone else. I've only just met Colt. I don't even know him. I'm just looking for my sister Alyssa. I thought she'd be here at the university, but... Your sister? Ah, yes, that's right. I remember now. You received a letter telling you to come here, didn't you? Yes, do you know anything? Is Alyssa still here? Take this key and go to the laboratory where the accident occurred. You'll find the answers you seek there. Given the fire pin. What's waiting for me in the laboratory? Will Alyssa be there? Tell me. You'll find out soon enough. I've got nothing else to say. Leave me to my thoughts. Well then. He's staring intently into the fire and seems to be ignoring me. Okay, well, John Faraday is back for some reason. Found Faraday's Notes 1. Given the fact that John is here, I'm pretty sure that his whole storyline is canon in the... Oh, what's her face? With Sarah dying. So he was the character that made it through. Personally, I would have liked it if Sarah made it through. But that's just me. Okay, so we got a fire pin. Small metal pin styled after flame. Okay, where do I go from here? Man, this game is graphic. Oh, hello, hello. Nice speedy one. Oh, come on. Aha, I got in. There's an earth pin in the cupboard. Seems to be pinned to some sort of mechanism. I'm gonna leave that. Found a first aid kit. I remember what happens with the mechanism. We'll find out later with a note that we get at some point. Found a box of ammunition. That'll be helpful. Oh, the briefcase is blinking too. A student's briefcase. It is locked with a numeric lock. How many numbers? 4. Okay. So we get a clue to the briefcase at some point. It did. Goodbye. Door won't open, it seems to have been welded shut. I hate this thing. Haha! Screw you. Oh, what? Hey, go, what? You? No. Oh, God. That is a, headless person. Oh, he's stuck on the body. Nice. Go screw yourself. Found East Wing key. That's good. Okay, is there anything else in here worth looking at? No. There is a door up here, though. Oh, that's loud. Just a clock, though. Found Faraday's notes, too. Let's actually read the notes real quick. Faraday's notes 1. There's not long to go now. If all goes well, tomorrow we'll have erased Colt from the timeline and the power of the merge will be ours at last. If we can tap into the alternate timeline that will be created, we'll finally have the power that we've been denied ever since that catastrophe in the mansion. It's been a long time coming. I only hope that the one we choose to go back after him is competent enough. So there's some time travel stuff here going on. Oh, damn it all, we didn't plan for the cult of this world to turn up. How did he know to come here? Does he know that we're the ones who funded the last merge as well? Oh, the idiot went back in time to stop Tom from killing the cult of the alternate timeline, and now all hell's broken loose. We should have taken steps to prevent two versions of Colt appearing in one timeline. Ugh. Now time itself is warped, and we're stuck with the remnants of the ruined timeline here. There has to be some way to remedy this. Perhaps if we could find Colt and kill him once and for all, we'd be able to end the time crash. But how to draw him back to Stillwater? And what of Tom? It would need to be he who performs the act, but he vanished into the night after the accident, along with Colt. We'll need to ponder this. This plan will need to be flawless if it is to succeed. Tom? Tom is the name of the character we're playing as, isn't it? I'm pretty sure our character's Tom. So Faraday, who is working with the Shadow People, and actually considering the fact that in the second game, the Lord of the House was possessed by the Shadow People, Faraday's likely possessed as well, and he's referring to Tom being sent after Colt to kill him? Okay then. I remember talking about one of us being a shadow person, but I'm starting to lean towards Tom being the one rather than Tara. Yui. An ornate clock. There's some strange mechanism on the faceplate, but I can't get to it because the case is locked. This is a clock, though, and we do have a clock key. Use the clock key. Nice. A mechanism and a verse set into the faceplate. Alright, let's read the verse. Verse is engraved on the face. 3 fallen villains, terrible criminals, all 3. It is decreed that they receive no mercy, guilty was their plea. Their names exchanged for numbers, 6, 10, and 12. This is going to be a math thing, isn't it? Random piece of paper. And something to write with. Here we go. So 6, 10, 12. The punishments are thus: 6 is for the rack to be stretched to twice of his size, 10 shall be rent in half and bled dry until he dies. 12's crime, the worst of all, and a punishment to match. Okay, so 6 is getting twice stretched, 10 rent in half. To be cut into pieces of 6 and hung until the skin is black, and justice is served at last. Pieces of 6, so divided by 6? Okay, so a numerical lock. There's 2 digits. Okay, so if I got it right, 6 times 2 is 12, 10 divided by 2 is 5, 12 divided by 6 is 2. So that comes out to 19. Apparently that worked. A cold pin fell out of the clock. A cold pin, huh? Fucking chill out, dude. Jeez. Oh boy. That was a wee bit spooky. Oh wait, is there... Did I miss? No, I didn't miss a door. Okay. So we have one locked door over there that we can't access currently. Have we been in here yet? It's locked. The keyhole has a gold rim. Well, the east wing key is golden. There we go. Cool. Whoop, jeez. I think I'm missing something, though. Did I read the professor's notes? I don't think I did. Notes on the 4 lab keys by a university professor. What? 4 lab keys? On the dean's insistence, I had a new high-security lock installed in the physics laboratory in light of the recent breakthroughs. Those who want to get inside now will need to present all 4 keys to gain entry. I decided to be a bit whimsical and had the keys patterned after elemental symbols. Ah, okay. Each of the cleared grad students should have their own set of keys by now, but I decided to have an extra set made for emergencies. I gave one of the spare keys to the dean, and the others I hid around campus. I put one in that old unused cupboard in the chemistry room. Poison gas is released if anyone removes the key. Right, that was the key in the room where it had the mechanism attached to it. I hid the 3rd key in the arts department. There's a clever mechanism in the student gallery that's rigged to open with a code derived from the numbers on the artworks. I put the final key inside a hidden compartment behind the clock in the main lecture hall. That one we got, that was a cold pin. It will open upon completion of a logic puzzle. I think I've outdone myself this time. I told the dean my love of video games would come in handy for keeping the keys hidden. Okay. So... we haven't seen an art room. Whoa. Speedy Gonzalez coming in. And that is probably the lab door. Oop. Oh, good grief. How many of these things are there? Damn it. Could it... What is even the point of negating damage if nothing happens? Oh, for fuck's sake. Seriously. What is even the point? Locked and appears to be the art gallery. Huh. Ooh, I got you. I got you good. Goodbye. Spooky noises. Found Faraday's Notes 3. Found an electric saw. Okay, I'm not sure what that's about. Well, over the screaming of the room, let's not read Faraday's Notes X. Okay. I'm gonna turn the volume down just a little bit after I get out of this room. Oh, fuck. God. There's too many things. Stop. Fuck. Okay, that works. Goodbye. God, why is... Fuck. Damn it. Ow. My HP. Found a bottle of stimulants. Fuck you. Holy shit. Go. Just go. Where the hell is this? Is that outside? Oh, whoops, that's strength. Meant to use painkillers. There we go. Much better. Okay. There's a blinky thing right here. Found a student's memo. Okay. Student memo. Here we go. I can't for the life of me remember where I left my stuff. I remember taking it with me to chemistry, but I've had 3 more classes since then and I can't exactly recall when I lost it. I can't trust that the students here won't try to open my briefcase if they find it, so I'd better think hard. At the very least, it should be safe as long as nobody knows that the code is half of 6424. Really? That's an easy puzzle, I guess. Nope, shit. Oh, that was bad. Goodbye. Which way you going, buddy? You going that way? Okay, bye. Stop! Go away! Oh, screw you. What is even the point of the damage negation? Seriously. All it does is waste time. Oh, I didn't read Faraday's notes yet, did I? Let's do that now, since it's quiet here, relatively speaking. We found them! It took us all of 3 months, but we've managed to track them both down. Neither of them have memories of the incident leading to the time crash. This is better than I had hoped. It will be easy enough to lure Colt here, but the other... If the incident has truly made him believe he is human, then it would seem to him that the cover he used when hunting Colt is real. If so, this is very fortunate. I'll get Tara's opinion on the plan first, before I decide to send the letters. She'll know best how to approach the two while keeping the truth hidden until the very end. Wait. Tara's the woman that's been leading us around, though. So... Is Colt the only human here? What? Colt is totally the only human. Tara and Tom are both shadow people, aren't they? Wait, did I want to go this way? I didn't. Not yet. Right, okay. Now I remember. To the chemistry room. Oh, shoot. Aha! So, let's open the briefcase first. Let's see, it was 6424, so 3, 1, 2, wait, no. 2, 1, 2. 6424? Yeah. Found a gas mask. Well, there goes the issue of the poison gas then. Why would a student have a gas mask in his briefcase? Whatever. There's an earth pin in the cupboard and it seems to be pinned. Let's take it. Oh, nuts. Whatever. I was gonna show off what the poison gas did. But, oh well. But I didn't save and we'd have to go back through all of that. The poison gas has filtered away and the door is unlocked. Basically, the room turns green and you get hit with 999 damage. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. The door won't open. It seems to have been welded shut. The placard on the door reads Computer Sciences. Electric saw, maybe? Used in metalworking. Any weapon previously equipped has been replaced. The door won't open. I can use the electric saw to cut this open. Yes, indeed. Used it to cut through the lock. Awesome. Alright, let's put the handgun back on because that thing is brokenly powerful. Found the gallery key. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, we're done with that. Oh boy. Oh, he decided to back off. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, hello. Still running around everywhere trying to find clues, I see. Haven't you figured out yet what's going on? It's you. Yes, and I'd have thought by now that you would have begun to remember me, but it seems that it hasn't yet come to pass. I didn't think you had gotten this bad. If there's something I should know about what's going on here, why don't you tell me? Why are you trying so hard to keep it hidden? Because our plan wasn't to let you in on the truth, Tom. It was simply to bring you here to Stillwater, where it all began. We hoped you'd come to remember it all on your own. Bring me here? Hold on, you're the one who sent me that letter, aren't you? So, Alyssa isn't really here? That's right. I'm ashamed to admit that we misled you, but it was the only way to make you come here. We knew you'd pursue the truth. Then, that means you lured Colt here as well? Yes. The both of you here together, that's what we set out to do. But why then? Why us? Why would you go to such lengths just to screw with us? It's in the damn notes that we read, Tom. You're not a human. You're one of them. You were meant to kill Colt. It's not even reading between the lines. It's in the lines that Tom was sent after Colt to kill him. In more words than that, but still. Because, Tom, we're trying to put things right. Return Stillwater to how it was before. And only the two of you together can do this. Because Colt needs to die, and you need to be the one to make it so. Kill Colt? But why? Why are either of us so important to whatever it is you're trying to do? It's because of Colt that the time crash occurred in the first place. Why, if he hadn't tried to go back and prevent the creation of the alternate timeline... Go to the lab, Tom. You'll remember it all if you go there. Remember what? Why won't you tell me? It's not our place to tell you who you are. That's for you to decide, and that time is near. All we've ever wanted is to see you return to us. Oh, fuck! No, leave him alone! Tom, get out of here! Go! Colt, you're gonna get yourself killed! Not a boss fight? Okay. Are you okay, Tom? Why didn't it attack me? Why did it leave? It's never attacked me this whole time we've been in Stillwater. I think I'm starting to realize something. That monster, there's something familiar about it. Like I know it from a past life or something. The fact that it left just now when I told it to let you be. You're lucky I turned up when I did. Found anything interesting yet? We were tricked, Colt. Those letters we received, it was all just a ruse to lure us here. The Shadow People seem to think there's something for us to do here. Tricked? But why? What should we do now? I don't know why you're asking me. The lab. We need to go to the lab where the accident happened. Whatever it is that we came here to find, it's waiting for us there. We've come too far to just turn around now. You're right. We need to see this through to the end, no matter what. Have you managed to find all of the lab keys? Almost. There's only a few more places I need to search. Well then, you go on ahead and tie up any loose ends. I'll take one last look around the building for any supplies. We'll meet up after that and confront whatever awaits us together. Okay, but be careful. Well, I'll go and look around. You take care of unlocking the lab. Be careful. I'll see you on the other side. Bye, Colt. What is it I'm supposed to remember? Is it something that's better off forgotten? The bloodstain disappeared. So I kind of wonder if that cutscene would happen, because it didn't trigger until after we picked up the gallery key. So if you did that first... Well, the other thing is, though, could you do it first? I don't know. Oop. Hi, zombie person. Is it this one? I do not remember. I think it is, yeah. Come on. There he goes. Nope. Wait, where am I going from? Oh, no, this is outside. Damn it. Whew. Oh, screw you. My god. Oh my god. This is some dookie. I can't. Okay, I hate that door. That door is stupid. Let's get that out of here. It's locked and appears to be the art gallery. Okay. I have a gallery key for this. Use the gallery key, and we're in. Okay then. A painting entitled Hermitage. A number 5 is marked on it. Okay. Greek fruit, pink lady. Should probably be writing these down, huh? Actually, there's a piece of paper down here. Handwritten memo left by a professor. Lenin's flag. Okay. Lenin's flag. Heraldry. Pink lady. Peaceful beach and hermitage. Okay then. So I need to look for those pieces. Pirating King doesn't matter. Peaceful Beach is 1. Pink Lady is 3. Greek Fruit. Hermitage is 5. Oh, whoops. Okay, so this apparently the sculptures have numbers as well. Number 8 for heraldry. Lenin's flag is 7. Okay, that's not too bad. Displays a screen requiring a numeric code. Which number shall I try? 7, 8, 3, 1, 5? Is that it? That is it indeed. Revealing the storm pin. Ooh, cool. Oh, jeez. Goodbye. No, don't get stuck on stuff. Okay, good. Wait, there's another door up there? What was that door to? Oh, right, this is where we got the, something. Ugh, that ambient sound for that room, jeez. Ugh. Oop, don't get stuck on stuff. Oh, fuck you. Really? Could I not, please? Insert all 4 of the laboratory keys. There's no turning back now. Oh, thank God, I don't have to deal with that. Hey Tom, wait up, I'm coming too. How convenient that he shows up at the last second for everything. So, he made it here after all. Tara? You're the one who came all the way here to see? What's the meaning of all of this? I may as well tell you now, since you've made it this far. Now that you're here, in the place where it all happened, you'll remember it all soon anyway. Remember what? Why is this place so important? This is where time crashed, 3 months ago tonight. The incident that occurred here was so disorienting for the both of you that your memories were wiped completely clean. In a few minutes, when this machine activates and pulls us all into the time crash itself, it'll all come flooding back. While we wait for that to happen, let me give you those answers you came here to find. You're saying we've been here before. We were involved in the accident that occurred? Indeed, that's exactly what I'm saying. But perhaps I'm not being forward enough. Yeah, because this Tom character is dense as a bunch of bricks. If I'm going to tell you everything, it's no harm that you know who I really am. Oh. A shadow creature. So you've been leading us along this whole time? No doubt you've noticed me trailing you ever since you first arrived in town. I couldn't reveal who I really was to you then, but now it doesn't matter. I presume by now that you realize that it was us who instigated the accident which occurred here and the merge at the Marcani complex as well. We'd begun to think something similar. The only thing I still don't know is why you've done such a thing in the first place. When we're strong enough, us shadow beings can command almost limitless power. Stranded on this planet so far from our original home, we have been weakened immensely. Ever since we awakened underneath the Beyond, all those years ago, we've been trying to slowly regain our former strength so that we could finally begin the conquest of this world that we came here to do. Our power is sustained by negative energy. As death and destruction occur around us, we feed upon the misery and become more powerful. We'd almost regained our full strength when that fool Faraday defeated us in the catacombs of that mansion. The destruction of our puppet, the house's original owner, reduced us to almost a nothing. But all was not lost. Using our last bit of power, we brought Faraday under our control to replace the vessel he had killed. His body now inhabited by our leader, my father, Faraday became instrumental to our comeback. Alone, he came to Stillwater and soon rose in status until he became a man of considerable influence. In the meantime, we slowly regained some power from the few victims we had killed since our defeat. We desired a new base of operations, and shifted our monolith to its current location in the coal mine. That's an interesting story, but what's it got to do with what happened here? We were amassing power too slowly for our liking. We would be dead at this rate by the time we were powerful enough to advance upon humanity. We began looking for a way of generating a lot of negative energy at once. This is when we heard of Marcani's research in quantum physics. When we understood what a merge was, we realized that it was possible to create a limitless supply of power. By using the technology to tap into the chaotic void that had been created by the merge, we would be able to gather all the energy we needed. But it didn't work out. Our rise to power was halted yet again. I managed to dismantle the merge and return the facility back to normality. Your power source was suddenly cut off. That's right. We began to despair. But we pressed on, having Faraday sponsor further research into the area. Finally, we made a breakthrough. We gained the ability to travel back into the past. This meant that we could manipulate time and create a parallel timeline where the merge had never ended. We might not have been able to create a new merge, but we certainly just as well siphon energy from a world where the first one never ended. Indeed, this is what we decided to do. Since the machine was under the jurisdiction of researchers outside of our direct control, we had to hijack the machine. The best time to do this was naturally the press conference when its use was to be trialed for the first time anyway. We switched the machine settings with our own and convinced them to use one of our people as a time traveler. Your goal was to have them kill Colt, right? You wanted to kill Colt and create a parallel world where he never ended the merge, didn't you? That's right, Tom. Our leader selected the person he trusted the most to carry out this act, which would determine the fate of our entire species. He chose you, Tom. His son. My brother. You chose Tom? What do you mean? How could you have chosen Tom? Tom's not... On the contrary. The truth is, Tom, you are a being of shadow too. Just like me. The time crash wiped your memory clean, and you were trapped in this human body which we had forged for you. But how? If this is true, why did I forget it all? The Colt from this timeline somehow found out what we were trying to do. This man you've been working with this whole time. He tried to kill you to stop you from carrying out your duty. And his meddling caused time itself to crash. He interrupted you just as you were about to deliver the final blow. Time spun out of control. The two timelines merged into one, two different worlds, one where Colt lived and one where he died. The monsters from the alternate timeline surged through the town and all hell broke loose. We weren't powerful enough to place them under our control, and soon we were also in danger. It was made worse by the leader. That monster you've been pursued all around town by had a personal vendetta against us. She knew it was us who had caused her to become what she was. She wanted revenge. She? That monster was a woman? But that could only mean one thing. That's right. Your beloved Tiffany is alive and well. But as you can see, in this case she was better off dead. So Colt managed to foil your plans once again. Why lure us back here? What's done is done, isn't it? This world has been in flux since the time crash. It cannot return to normal and separate the timelines once more, because the event that serves as the diversion point hasn't been resolved yet. While you both live, it cannot be stopped. I lured you back here to complete what was interrupted 3 months ago. Tom, it is your duty to kill Colt, and that is what you have come here to do. No, I refuse to do it. I'm not one of you. I have my own free will. You can burn in hell for all I care. Very well then. I didn't think you'd do it that easily. Your true identity is still clouded by the false identity which you adopted when you took control of the human body you now inhabit. But soon, we will be inside the void at the very heart of the time crash, and there your memories will return, and you will know what to do. Okay. I now. Everything. All of my memories have come flooding back. I know everything. I know what I have to do now. It's the only thing that can be done. What are you doing? You can't. Shut up. You're the one who's caused all of this. Tom, what are you doing? I'm going to shoot this bitch right in the head. She tricked me this whole time. Alyssa was never real. She used me to do her dirty work. Tom, what's happened? How can you still not remember who you are? Oh, I remember just fine who I am, Tara. You're just forgetting one thing. I may remember my life as a shadow, but I also remember my life as a human. We'll just say that one's more inspiring than the other. You're choosing the pathetic humans over your own race? You murderous traitor! We'll teach you what it means to be a creature of shadow! Very well. I'll just have to use a few more bullets. Before that happens, of course, I'm gonna heal up because I have 18 health left. Damn! 69 damage, baby. They're going down. Wow. They can't do much to me with this handgun. Well, now we're off to R&D, I suppose. That's one. Let's use a painkiller real quick. There's another one. Oi! Wow. Get blood. Okay. Well then. Tom, you saved me back there. You fought and killed your own people to save me. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything. I knew what had to be done. I'm not the same as them anymore. Even if my memories of Alyssa are false, I still know what love is. Shadow people are cruel and cold. I couldn't let them stamp out a people capable of love. Okay? So, you killed them to stop them taking over. Now what will you do? The time crash is still intact, and those monsters can't return to peaceful oblivion until it's brought to an end. There's still one shadow still who needs to be destroyed. My death will return everything to normal and cleanse this world of the shadow people's evil once and for all. You're going to kill yourself? No, there must be some other way. You can't do that. I appreciate your concern, but this is the only way. It's the only way to restore the timelines. Plus, what do I have to live for? My beloved sister is a figment of my imagination. Even if I do get over her somehow, I won't last more than a few years on this planet. I can't change what I am. A creature that can thrive only where there is no life. You're sure? Well, if you're certain that it's the choice you want to make, I'll make sure everybody knows what happened here, Tom. Humanity will know that you saved them. Okay then. The events that unfolded in Stillwater determined the fate of the entire human race. Tom's sacrifice ensured that the final traces of the Shadow People's malice on Earth were destroyed. Upon returning from Stillwater, Colt recounted the story of what had unfolded in the town. Much like the event that had been observed 7 years previously, the Stillwater incident soon burst into the public eye. At long last, the story of how the Shadow People had come so close to taking control of Earth was revealed. As Colt promised, Tom's sacrifice was honored by the world. You sure? That sounds like some grade A conspiracy shit right there. Having finally obtained closure with regards to his ordeal 7 years ago, Colt retired to the snowy wastes of Alaska, where he wrote a book detailing his experiences, making his peace at last with Tiffany's memory. Meanwhile, a special branch of the CIA was formed with the purpose of keeping track of new quantum research projects so that similar events could be prevented. As of 2050, the future, if not bright, is at least hopeful. Well then. Got the good ending. Alright. Cool. Interesting. Wow. That's really interesting. I'll go ahead and insert a clip of the bad ending at the end of this video. I guess this is a review for it. I wasn't expecting this to be the finale. When I had originally recorded this part, I actually split it into 2 parts since I had a timer. Didn't have that this time, so this video is probably well over 50 minutes, if not longer. But I also got the bad ending in that playthrough. And it's nothing like what this was at all. So I'm kind of curious what happened with Tiffany, because apparently the bad ending or the ending where you only get Colt out, is the only ending that there is in the game. It's the canon ending, as it were. But, I don't know. Let me just go through a different part. Actually, I could go ahead and talk about what I think of the game now and still go through everything. So these 2 saves right here are from the old playthrough I did. And actually from here I can show off the gas and everything too, so whatever. So the music and sound effects in this game, oh my gosh, so good. Really well done by what's his name? Oh, and by the way, I also killed off the other 2 enemies that were here. Oh, I already got that? Damn it. That blows. Okay, well, never mind. Basically, as far as I know, the ending that you get is determined by how many enemies you kill throughout your playthrough. The harder the difficulty, I think is it the tankier the enemies are? I don't know exactly, but what I do know is that, here we go. So the more enemies you kill, the closer you get to getting the bad ending rather than the good ending. And I don't remember, I think I went through there. I must have. Do I have the... I don't. Okay. Alright then. Music and sound-wise, this game is just, oh my god, it's good. It's amazing. Really well done by the developer on this one. Just excellent. The sound effects and the soundscapes are just really up there. Really enjoyed it. And that's part of what made this horror game so good, is the sound effects and the music that was being used. I mean, that ambient sound of the rooms where shadow people would show up was, heart pounding. Absolutely loved it. From a horror aspect, as far as listening to it on repeat, I would say never, ever, ever. Now, as far as the story is concerned, since that's kind of the main focus of this game, is to bring the stories of the first two games together, I feel like overall it was fairly well done. The whole concept of the shadow people already having influence on the, what was it, Marconi Industries, I think, and actually financially supporting that whole deal was quite an interesting twist to put on all of it. And it makes sense. It really makes sense. There are a few inconsistencies with the story, though. In the second game, when the Shadow People were actually introduced the first time around, I don't think there was anything about them feeding off of negative energy, but rather them feeding off of carbon. And that was the reason why they went through and killed everything, was so that they could survive by ingesting carbon. Because that was what they needed to survive, pretty much. There wasn't any of this feeding off of negative energy that happened that they talked about in this game. But it's minor story inconsistencies like that. And one of the things that I really liked about both the first and the second game was that the endings were kind of open-ended. This game really set which game ending was canon. And for the first game, it was the worst ending you could get. It was both Marconi and Tiffany. Well, Marconi died. Tiffany ended up turning into one of the monsters. So, regardless of whether or not you saved everybody, that was completely rendered moot. And in the second game, you could win as Sarah. But in this game, it says, nope, John Faraday is the one who lived through it, and Sarah isn't even mentioned. Probably because she ended up dying in the mansion. But it's... I don't know, that part bothered me a little bit, but it's trying to bring the game together. It's trying to bring the entire series together, so it has to choose endings, unfortunately. But beyond that, the storytelling elsewhere in the game, I feel was really well done. Aside from the dialogue versus the notes, because if you read the notes, it showed up in this episode, where if you read the notes that Faraday leaves behind, you pretty much get what's going to be revealed later on in dialogue. It's not even cryptic in any way. It is simply stated in the text. There's a lot of foreshadowing that goes on in this game. And most of it is really well done up until the end, where it starts to become you read what you're going to see in dialogue, essentially. And the fact that it doesn't reflect whether or not you've read it is, I guess a bit of a letdown. Because it's almost like the character didn't read it. It almost feels like Tom didn't actually read the note. It was just for the player. But you have to read the note and collect it to get that kind of information. But considering that a lot of the dialogues are story dumps or plot dumps, I can kind of understand where it's coming from. But anyway, we're here in hopefully the bad ending. Yeah. What are you doing? You can't... Interesting. It shows the dialogue difference, too. There. Now that wasn't too hard, was it? I knew that once your memory returned, you'd make the right choice. So this is the ending that I remembered. This is the bad ending, where you shoot Colt instead of Tara. Tara... I'm sorry, I put you through so much. I'm just glad that I have now returned to you. Where are we? We're currently standing in the midst of the Pocket World, lying in the very center of the time crash. We're currently in between all dimensions that exist, and outside of time itself. Access to this place shouldn't even exist. But now that you've eliminated that interloper, we shouldn't be here for much longer. We just have to wait for time to readjust itself. So it's all over then. Even those monsters. That twisted version of Tiffany that has been hunting us like dogs. The monsters will return to their home timeline. They won't be able to harm us. All we have to do was wait. Damn, I thought you said they wouldn't harm us. Well, I was proven wrong. It looks like they're not going to go home calmly. Tom, there's no escape from here. We're going to have to fight. Hey, that's the Caped Crusader from the last game, from the first game. On the left there. They've cornered us. Damn, they want blood because of their dead friend here. You're right, Tara. No more running. This ends here. Dun da 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 da. And there's good old Tiffany. Now it's interesting that we only fight 2 enemies here versus the 3 that we fought in the good ending. I find that interesting. But pretty much the same thing. Just go through and do some shooting. I did not mean to do that. Okay then. Oh, we're back here. You did it, Tom. You saved us all. Our people will never forget what you did. I know. I'm happy that our people are going to survive. But still. You did well, Tom. What's wrong? Is it that agent? Do you feel pity for him? No. I know that was what had to be done. I know I did well. But I can't stop thinking. I still miss her, Alyssa. Tom, she can't come back. She never existed to begin with. You know that now. I know, but I can't help it. I came to Stillwater to find my sister, and I failed. No, you succeeded, Tom. You found me. We're all glad to have you back with us. I'm glad to be back, too. No, forget it. She's just a memory. A false one at that. Let's move on. That's it, Tom. Only the future awaits us now. Come, we better get going. There's a whole world out there waiting our arrival. Awaiting our arrival, they say. Yeah, about that. The events that unfolded in Stillwater served only as a prelude to a much greater horror that would engulf the world. Having succeeded in eliminating Colt from the timeline and thus managing to keep the merge open, the Shadow People quickly amassed power, and they launched their invasion of the world a mere 2 months after the incident. With no chance of combating the full power of the Shadow People, the world's nations collapsed quickly. Humanity was slaughtered on a massive scale, and the Shadow People greedily satisfied their undying hunger. 500 years have passed since the battle that was lost in Stillwater. Earth is dead and barren, and the sun shines down upon the ruinous remnants of a once great civilization. Tom and Tara's descendants are preparing for another journey through space, in search of a new world to plunder. Once again, a struggle between light and dark will unfold as yet another species fights to protect its world from the evil of the Shadow People. Whether the horrific events that led to the death of humanity will repeat, however, remains to be seen. There is still hope that the forces of darkness can be stopped once and for all. Jeez. So that's the bad ending. That is a creepy-ass picture. Once again, just the quality that went into this game versus the first... I mean, this entire series had a touch of quality to it, I have to say. But the first game came up really rough on a lot of points. Mostly in level design, and the story was solid, but its presentation was pretty shaky. The second game really touched on a lot of that, but the change in the mechanics and the level design was very different from how the first game played out, and a lot of people didn't like that so much. The fact that the combat was now based on more of an RNG RPG kind of deal, rather than having items that you'd use once and having a set way to deal damage and defend yourself from creatures. And this game kind of did an interesting blend of the two. I think it was okay. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it. But it is what it is, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. So, all in all, I definitely do recommend this game if you played the first two. It's a very nice wrap-up of the two and bringing a conclusion to the whole series, so... those are kind of my thoughts on it. So, I hope you guys enjoy this Let's Play of One Night 3 Full Circle, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye for now.